So Tom Ford Costa Azzurra has been launched under many different variations. First, it was launched under the blue private blend bottle. Then it was launched under the frosted blue aqua private blend bottle. Now it's actually in the signature bottles, which is clear in this case. And then they also just launched a parfum version of it in a gold bottle, kind of like Black Orchid Parfum. But today, guys, we're all going to be discussing Tom Ford Costa Azzurra, the signature launch in the Eau de Parfum. So let's not waste any time and get right into it. Hey, what's going on, guys? Hunter here, and welcome back to my channel if you're a returning subscriber. And if you are new, what I do is I make fragrance-related content. So if you love fragrances, smash that subscribe button down below. But that is correct, guys. We're gonna be doing an unboxing and first impression of Tom Ford's Costa Azzurra. I just love doing these unboxings with you guys. Just like to do a one take, sit down here and just talk fragrances and do my first impressions of these as well. I need to bring this back because back in the day, I actually used to do this all the time. You guys seem to love them, but I like doing them as well. But yeah, I actually just got this in the mail like an hour ago, guys. I actually got this from Maxx and I got this for an absolute steal because I got the 50 ml bottle, as you can see right there, and this actually retails for $140. Tom Ford is always raising their prices. I remember when private blends used to be $240, now they're actually $270 for a 50 ml. They just keep going up every single year. I think they went up $7 this month. But yeah, so $140 retails for this. I actually got mine because I had an additional gift card for Maxx. I picked this up for pretty much 50% off. I got it for $70, so I think that is fantastic, and I could not miss out on that deal because lately, guys, I've been collecting Tom Fords. As you guys know, if you watch my videos, I talk about the House of Tom Ford all the time. I've been upping my collection as far as private blends, signatures. I also just received Black Orchid as well. But yeah, I'm so excited to add this to the collection. Let's go ahead and look at the packaging. Now, honestly, with the signature packaging, guys, it is not the best. It's actually not high quality at all, but on top, you do, of course, get the TF for Tom Ford. On the front, you of course get your fragrance, Costa Azzurra 1.7, and this is an Eau de Parfum, just like the private blend, at least the original, which is nice because a lot of like cheaper Tom Fords are usually like Eau de Toilette, but this is an EDP. On the back, obviously some ingredients. And then on the bottom, you do have your batch coding and your barcode to authenticate your product and see when your actual product was produced. I believe mine is AA0. Tom Ford always has two letters and usually a number for their batch codes. But let's go ahead and rip off the cellophane here. I'm so excited. Now, as far as a signature line goes for Costa Azzurra, I actually don't recall smelling this one. I do recall smelling the aqua version, which was my favorite over like Neroli Portofino and Mandarina di Amalfi. I just think that was actually the most masculine one out of the other two, but never grabbed a bottle of it. I do actually have Mandarina di Amalfi aqua in the collection though. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look. You open it up like that. It does have a nice gold interior, which is nice. It's pretty much the same exact packaging as my ombre leather, which is also in the signature line. You probably see it right behind me. And wow, this bottle does actually look good. Take a look at this bottle, guys. You of course have the Tom Ford gold plaque right there. It's kind of in like a barbershop-y kind of bottle, kind of old school, just like Beau de Jour. This one is obviously clear and gold juice. Now, this is what throws me off because when I think of Costa Azzurra, I think of like aquatic, I think of like a blue juice fragrance. When they made it gold juice and in this bottle, it's actually like really thrown me off. I guess it isn't like aquatic like Mandarina di Amalfi when it was in that line, but I'm not sure if this is gonna smell the exact same. But let's go ahead. The top of the cap, of course, TF right there. And then on the bottom, your batch code and some information as well. Now, I believe, yeah, these do not click into place. Nothing inside the cap. And then there's your atomizer. They do hold on snugly, like pretty snugly where you can't pick it up by the cap with confidence, which is always good. Now, let's go ahead and actually spray this on. I'm gonna spray this on my skin. I actually just showered when I got home, so I don't have anything on at the moment. I'm not testing nothing, but I will be testing Costa Azzurra after this first impression. So, just turn that around. And let's see what we get from Costa Azzurra from Tom Ford. Take a look at the atomizer real quick. First pump, nothing. Second, nothing. Boom, there we go. Got about a spray and a half out of that. really concentrated. It's dripping down my arm. Maybe sprayed a little bit too close, but let's give that a second to air out. Usually when you want to smell fragrances, you want it to let it sit for maybe like, 10 seconds or so, not long, just so you get rid of the alcohol smell. But I actually am picking up an air now, so I'm excited. Let's see. All right, man. Whew. Kind of what I expected from Costa Azzurra. Now, honestly, I don't really recall what the aqua variant smells like, but that was actually an eau de toilette. This is an EDP, so I'm assuming it's gonna be very familiar to the private blend, which was also an EDP. But to tell you guys right off the bat, let that sit for another moment. I do own Beau de Jour in the private blend bottle, and like I said, they also launched it in the signature line. But when I test both of those, the signature Beau de Jour came across much more airy, not as dense as the private blend variant. So I'm hoping it's not the same case with this. So let's see. Right off the bat, you guys are gonna get a ton of lemon, very, very citrusy on the top, but I'm also getting this like this dry wood. And I believe there was driftwood in here, which obviously comes from, I believe, like the ocean, like that wood that like washes up on shore. It's kind of damp, kind of moist, maybe like a little bit like earthy as well, but I'm getting that vibe from this fragrance. Also very, very green. I think there's seaweed in here. Now, you guys may know I'm actually not a fan of the note of seaweed. I know like Acqua di Gio Absolute Instinct has a ton of seaweed in it. So does Eau Mineral from Tom Ford as well, which I'm not the biggest fan of either of those fragrances. This one, I'm definitely not getting the same kind of seaweed dominance like in Eau Mineral, for instance. And what's weird, I did look up the notes of this fragrance. I believe there's actually oud in here, which I never knew or even thought oud would be in Costa Azzurra, which is kind of a weird combination. I'm not getting any oud. I don't know if that will come more in the dry down or if not at all. But yeah, no oud in here, no funkiness. Just that dry driftwood lemon and very, very green. I think it's cypress as well. Wow, this is nice. I don't think it's my favorite. Honestly, I never even really planned to actually purchase Costa Azzurra. I believe this launched last year. It kind of piqued my interest, like another one launching in the signature line alongside Beau de Jour and ombre leather, but never actually would have went out and purchased it like the other two. And they're just going off with the signature line, guys. They came out with ombre leather parfum, Costa Azzurra parfum. I wish they would have launched Beau de Jour parfum instead of this one, because Beau de Jour is one of my favorite fougere fragrances in the world, guys. That is phenomenal. So that would have been interesting. But yeah, Costa Azzurra. Might be some kind of like orange or mandarin in here as well. Yeah, alongside the lemon, guys. Like I said, very citrusy. I think the best time to actually wear this one would definitely 100% be spring and summer. Maybe fall as well because of that dry, earthy driftwood in here. But what's nice is it's not aquatic, guys. So if you're like not a huge fan of aquatic fragrances, I'm sure you'll definitely love this one still. It does smell very high quality like Tom Fords usually do, which is always nice. I love, like I said, the house of Tom Ford. They just come out with excellent fragrances. I haven't really came across anything that I absolutely couldn't stand from the house, so that's good. This one, I enjoy it. Is it my favorite? Absolutely not. But I can see myself reaching for this one once in a while. And this 50 ml bottle will last me a lifetime pretty much, because I do have obviously a lot of fragrances. But yeah, once it starts to warm up, definitely reach for this one. Right now, probably not. We're in the mid, or actually the end of January, and it's snowing outside and very, very cold. But yeah, but there is actually some darkness in here that I can see would develop as it dries down. There's something hiding behind the opening, guys, that I can tell something's gonna change. Maybe to something smoky, something darker, but the top, definitely a fresh fragrance. Not aquatic, just fresh and citrusy alongside of woodsy as well. But as far as age group, this is actually coming across kind of like older smelling, to be honest with you, but not like an outdated kind of way. I can just see, I wouldn't actually see someone in like high school actually loving this one or pulling for it, unless they just absolutely love fragrances, of course, like we all do. If you're watching this one, I'm sure you guys do as well. But like your typical like teenager, probably not gonna enjoy this one. It's definitely gonna be for probably like people in college or like 20 and up, so to say, can rock this one 100%. But I'm actually shocked because I never thought Costa Azzurra was popular, so to say, for them to launch all of these different variants. I also heard that Tom Ford is going to be launching tobacco oud in the signature line. If that's the case, I've never smelled tobacco oud, but it definitely piqued my interest so many times. I want to add a bottle of that. But if they launch in the signature line, I'm going to get that on day one, no matter what, you guys. So hopefully they do that. I think that's actually a good idea from them, since obviously they have oud mineral and the sort of like the frosted bottle is cheaper, like this price. So if they launch tobacco oud in this bottle, that would be cool. Really, really cool. Like in like a nice like brown bottle. I think that would suit it perfectly, kind of like the Prada blends. But yeah, and this is also going to be I wasn't gonna say more casual, but like I said, there's something like gentlemanly about it, something masculine about it, that I think you can actually dress this down and it would work, and dress it up. Yeah, very nice. Not my favorite though, but it is solid. I'm actually curious to see how this dries down, so maybe I'll do a full review, but this is obviously just a first impression, what I just picked up from my nose on initial blast, guys. But that's pretty much gonna do it for my first impression and an unboxing of Costa Azzurra from Tom Ford. If you did enjoy it, definitely give it a like. Let me know down below if you've tried this one or any of the other variants. I'm definitely curious. But that's gonna do it for today's video, and I'll catch all you guys in the next fragrance upload. Take care, everybody.